episode 256, My 2026 AI Ambitions.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Today, I want to talk a little bit more about what I'm planning for 2026. I did that a couple of episodes ago, but now I'm giving you more insight and more detail. Hello and welcome back to AI6, the podcast that teaches you AI in just 6 minutes a day. I take away the fear, the overwhelm, and teach AI, I hope, in a very fun and accessible way. So, what am I building? Why am I building it? And where do you come in? If you choose, of course. So, I'm treating this episode like accountability and public commitment. If you listen back in a year and I have not moved on these things, you are welcome to hold me to account. A lot of people do it on TikTok. I do it on this podcast in my little studio in my home office in Galway in the west of Ireland. So in one of my recent episodes, I talked about my AI framework. Know AI, use AI, govern AI. But what I've also been doing behind the scenes for the past couple of months is building out my products, my AI services, my AI offerings, whatever you want to call it. And I want to share some of that with you today. So 2025 for me was very much a testing year. I worked with radio stations, with EU agencies, with local government, with universities, with cultural organizations, and I tried different formats and I got feedback from all of those sessions. Obviously, I train people on the tools. I do it on Zoom, but I do it in person in rooms. I speak on stages and I also consult. And so I was jumping from different audiences with different needs, with different ambitions, and I was pivoting all the time. But it was a really rich learning experience. But I want to take all of that learning and create something that is really structured for you in 2026. And interestingly, people are no longer asking me, is AI really a big deal? Does it really matter? Like, that phase is definitely not here. We've definitely gone past it. Now what people are really asking is, I want to know how mature I am in terms of my AI journey. I want to know what the first or the next sensible steps are for me to take. And I want to know how we can really embed AI into our organization in a very meaningful way. Of course, on the flip side of all of that is that AI noise has increased. People are feeling overwhelmed, and sometimes when we get overwhelmed, procrastination ensues. So for 2026, I decided I needed something more disciplined than to say yes to every interesting project. And I wrote down a list. What do you want to do, Joanne? What do you want to build? Who do you want to help? And what impact and legacy do you want to make? And what creates real value for people? How do we help organizations move from curiosity to capability and then to proper governance? So that list and those questions turned into my 2026 AI ambitions. And that's what I'm going to walk you through right now. So AIJ is my long-term AI bet. I have mentioned it on this podcast. I have mentioned it in my book. But AIJ is my way of helping organizations govern AI, not just test it, in a really meaningful, scalable way. If no AI is about awareness and use AI is about daily workflows, then AIJ sits right at the govern AI level. In practice, here's what I want AIJ to become in 2026, and I really hope you'll be part of it. It's a living library of real AI use cases, not theoretical case studies written by vendors, but things that are actually running in public bodies and media organizations and private organizations and in mission-driven organizations. What worked, what failed, what they would do differently. Second, it's all of my knowledge from 20 years wrapped up into an AI assistant. Think about having Joanne in your office at the end of a phone, or even to have a conversation with and say, hey, Joanne, I've got this problem. What would you do? And then it's that governance piece where it's not just knowledge, it's not just ideas, it's about oversight and making sure that AI is embedded into your organization in a way that feels safe, ethical, and in compliance with the EU AI Act, or indeed any other legislation relevant to your jurisdiction. So my ambition is modest, but I would say it's also quite serious, and it can have amazing global impact. So by the end of 2026, I want to have not only a group who've tested it, but I want quite a number of organizations who have AIJ embedded into their daily workflows. Second thing that I am committing to is the book AI Playbook that was launched in September 2025 is now the core textbook and the foundations of the updated AI diploma. In fact, I've called it the AI Playbook Diploma. So in 2025, I launched my diploma and I had an initial cohort go through that diploma and complete it and give me feedback. Then throughout 2025, I was writing the book. And as I mentioned, it launched in 2025. And it just made perfect sense to combine the feedback from the beta testers of the diploma with the book and my new knowledge to actually bring it all together. So for 2026, the diploma is completely rebuilt to bring it up to date, but also to build it on the foundations of AI Playbook. I'm also launching a new AI workshop format. From the hundreds of people that I've trained on AI in 2025, there's going to be a standard AI workshop format. And this is based on my AI framework, the AI Impact Framework, Know AI, Use AI, and Govern AI. So those three areas are going to be layered into all of my workshops. So even if you only work with me for one day, you will get information, knowledge, practice, and be able to apply it by just committing to one solid day. And at the end of that one day, you get a customized action plan. And then the fourth level is working with you to embed AI into your organization, introducing use cases, training teams, bringing leadership along with us, and making sure that you have a really strong policy that gives you the guardrails that you need and that you have impact, and that impact is showing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So these are my ambitions, and I'm not going to stop there. What I've really enjoyed in 2025 is speaking on stages around the world. Of course, Las Vegas in September had to be the absolute highlight. But I want to do more of that because I know that when I get in front of audiences, I can inspire them and I can convince them in the best way possible that they need to embrace AI for good. And so if you've got an event, if you have an in-company conference, whatever it is, and you want a speaker, then have a look at some of the work that I've done and let's have a conversation. So, will you work with me in 2026? I want you to remember that even if you don't work with me in a paid capacity, I have resources that you can use for absolutely free to help you learn AI. This podcast, for example, I'm currently sitting at 256 episodes. Well, that's clearly going to double, and we're going to hit over 500 by the end of 2026. I'm nearly at 10,000 downloads. I'd love that to quadruple in 2026. And I also have free webinars every month. This year was definitely my AI year. If I've worked with you, if you engage with me, if you've listened to this podcast, bought my book, thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. This is not a solo mission. This is definitely a collective mission. And I want more people to join my AI community in 2026. If you've enjoyed this show, please share it with a pro that you know. And if you want to engage with me for any aspect of what I can do for you around AI, drop me an email to joanne@digitaltraining.ie. I'll talk to you on the next episode.